The sub implosion near the wreckage of the Titanic.
After a deadly fire in New York is believed to be caused by lithium-ion batteries, we talked to a Miami-Dade fire rescue expert about what you need to do to stay safe.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty. Lease a Tucson for $249 a month or get 0% APR or $750 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
BrandsMart USA's 4th of July sale is going on now. This Amana washer and dryer pair is only $699.98. Or save big on this sectional, now a low $899. Only at BrandsMart USA.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe with America's best warranty. Lease a Santa Fe for $249 a month or get 0% APR or $750 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Were you or anyone you know stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune? If you came in contact with water while at Camp Lejeune and have been diagnosed with cancer or Parkinson's, you may be entitled to compensation. As a Marine stationed at Camp Lejeune myself, we'd be honored to represent you.
Electrify your summer at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Experience the EV evolution in Subaru's first ever all-electric vehicle, the 2023 Subaru Solterra, featuring 104 miles MPGe. Drive yours for just $376 a month from Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
She found it. The feeling of finding the psoriasis treatment she's been looking for. Sotyktu is the first of its kind once-daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis for the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding your back is back, or finding psoriasis can't deny the splendor of these thighs. Once daily Sotyktu is proven to get more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. Ask your dermatologist about Sotyktu for clearer skin. So clearly you. Sotyktu.
Current eligible Cadillac lessees get this low mileage lease on this 2023 Cadillac XT4 for around $379 per month. Visit your South Florida Cadillac dealer today.
BrandsMart USA's 4th of July sale is going on now. This 18 cubic foot refrigerator with ice maker is only $499.99. Or this 6.5-inch LTE 64 gigabyte unlocked smartphone for $99.99. Only at BrandsMart USA.
This is CBS News Miami.
Right now, flowers left at St. John's Port in Canada. They are in honor of the 5 lives lost after the implosion of the tourist sub.
13,000 feet below the sea, investigators are combing through the darkness of the ocean floor in search of clues as to what may have caused the tragedy. CBS News Miami's Christina Hager reports.
Worshippers at a mosque in Pakistan held a special prayer for prominent businessman Shahzada Dawood and his 19-year-old son, Suleiman. They were among the 5 people on board the submersible that imploded on the way to the Titanic wreckage.
This was a catastrophic implosion of the vessel.
The Coast Guard announced the discovery of debris from OceanGate's Titan vessel Thursday after days of searching. Also on board, British billionaire Hamish Harding, OceanGate's CEO Stockton Rush, and Titanic expert Paul-Henri Nargeolet.
For him to meet his fate down there is a tragic irony in my mind.
James Cameron, director of the movie Titanic and an underwater explorer himself, was friends with Nargeolet. Cameron joined the chorus of those questioning OceanGate's safety measures.
Clearly corners were cut here, and people paid the price.
The incident is increasing scrutiny on the world of deep sea exploration in general and OceanGate in particular. But OceanGate's co-founder is defending the company's CEO.
He was very keenly aware of the risks of operating in the deep ocean environment, and he was very committed to safety.
A U.S. Coast Guard official said Friday that the investigation into what happened will continue in the area where the debris was found. Christina Hager, CBS News, Boston.
Officials now say the banging sound a Canadian aircraft had detected on Tuesday and Wednesday were actually from other ships in the area. A naval official told CBS News the Navy detected a noise consistent with an implosion shortly after the Titan first lost contact on Sunday.
Wicked weather in parts of Colorado. Video shows a large storm cloud looming over Denver Thursday. First responders confirmed the storm damaged homes and downed trees. The National Weather Service says it's assessing damage reports of a tornado. The service had not yet issued an EF rating. 2 hours south from Denver, drivers had a messy early morning commute. This is why a bridge that runs over a creek collapsed. It's due to flooding in El Paso County. State troopers report rain started around midnight but worsened. Crews are on the scene monitoring the area and repairing the road.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
So it's hot out there again. There's a lot going on in the tropics. Next Weather Chief Meteorologist and Hurricane Specialist Ivan Cabrera is here to tell us more.
But the weekend has arrived. Right? That's the important part here. 89 degrees on this Friday that has been just unbearable here. 100 degrees is still what it feels like. At one point we hit 105 to 107. So National Weather Service initiated that heat advisory that we've been talking about. That concludes at 7 p.m. Still going to be a warm evening though. High today was 92. So about right. You know, this is not anything like high temperature records, but it's just because of the humidity, it makes it feel not just oppressively warm, but you start getting into a dangerous category. Although beginning to see those numbers coming down, and Miami should lose the triple digits in just about an hour or so. So there is the heat advisory that continues until 7 o'clock. We may get that again for tomorrow, but kind of a deal here in the summer, right? It is going to be warm, it's going to be humid, and we're going to have a window there where it's going to feel oppressive. The temperature is not bad at all. If you just looked at that and didn't know how much humidity was out there. Cloud cover today hasn't helped to solve that much, but we have had some showers and thunderstorms. So we've been talking about a lot of them across our interior areas. Look at what they try to do here. They try to come in, but they're hitting some very strong southeast winds that thankfully are going to, check our weekend here. It's not going to be raining in and day out. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here on a rain tracker. But for the rest of the evening, there are the storms try to come in. Just a few leftover showers, so we'll leave that in the forecast, but it's going to be a dry evening for the most part. Now, with the southeast wind for tomorrow and Sunday as well, we are going to have the potential of some morning showers. Then everything slides over towards the central and western part of the peninsula. And again, that's going to be both for Saturday and Sunday. So it's going to go this way. This is Saturday morning, a couple of isolated coastal showers, particularly down towards the Keys. And watch what happens here across the interior. Because of that southeast wind, a lot of the storms are going to impact our western neighborhoods. Now, towards the end of the day, some of them try to migrate their way back, but the bulk of the action this weekend is going to be interior and points to the west. And that forecast thinking has not changed on my part here as we continue to see Sunday, again, some morning showers and then back into the afternoon a thunderstorm. So this is completely manageable heading into the upcoming weekend. And we'll talk about Brett and Cindy. Brett first here, as it is now completely exposed. Well, it's headed to some very strong winds, but there is what's left of it. Still some squally weather, some showers, storms, but Brett has been encountering the shear, and it's a bit of a mess as it has been here with 50-mile-an-hour winds. That's the forecast now, or the current conditions from the National Hurricane Center. But this is case in point here. There's the swirl. We've had a little blow up of thunderstorms. That's been kind of coming and going through the last few days, but Brett eventually, again, will dissipate by the end of the period. 35-mile-an-hour winds at best, and that would make it a remnant low tropical depression. That's where it's headed. Cindy has a little bit of a window to strengthen before then it meets its end here as well, with some strong winds coming up, and the forecast will move it towards the north as the steering currents are going to do that for us. All right, so 40 to 50% chance of thunderstorms for tomorrow. We'll do that again on Sunday, as I showed you the progression. Plenty of daylight to enjoy without thunderstorms, and then we'll get hit a little bit through the afternoon. Still hot with temps near 90 and heat index values in the 100s.
All right, thank you, Ivan.